Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium.
Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
From the set. Ready?
They'll start on the ground with Benson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
But now he appears to be in some pain. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
A first carry for Rashad White.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
7 Pirates, Cougar 19.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez.
Back deep, Rashid Shaheed.
Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Middle. Ready?
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Across midfield. He's on his way.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Go!
On 1st down, it's Benson.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
We talk about this Seahawk defense.
They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Ready?
They run straight ahead here with White. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
The Cardinals at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
9 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
Just a gain of a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Boswell good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
90 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Allen going to throw. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Allen. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. You look at this Arizona defense.
This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give them 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Line to the right. And in this first quarter play, this will remain a tie ball game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
They start the drive with White. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7-7, our score after 1.
It's 2nd and inches.
Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard.
Unlock line. Unlock it. Let's go. Let's go. Ready, ready.
They'll try and sneak it here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
On the jump.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on, come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And he completes it to Wilson. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try.
A 53-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape. This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Boy, a dangerous throw there. Fortunate for him, it'll wind up incomplete. These 2 teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep.
Here's Allen to throw it.
And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Throwing now is Allen.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Zach Charbonnet.
36 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to move back in front.
Folk connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
27-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
2nd and 9 now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That's caught by Harrison right side. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Deputy! Deputy left. Ready,
They'll look to throw again. This will be caught by his big wide receiver.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Here we go. Start. Nice. Ready.
This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
Okay, break. Here we go. Here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cardinals take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 17-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. 147 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases.
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
First and goal, Seattle.
Allen now looks to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet, as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now a play fake here on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Come on. Panther 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And the Cardinals, first down.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Boswell set to kick off.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. To throw, it's Allen. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Allen. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 23.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Down the left sideline.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Now he'll take it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Logan Hall fighting through and dropping it for the sack.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Walker with a grab, left side. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is caught. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Walker once more. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. Walker. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll run through it. It's Walker.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. It's Wilson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That throw right on the money from the quarterback from Michigan. It's a first down.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
That's another Cardinals first down.
They'll go up the middle with White. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that gives him a 3-point lead.
24. Sehawks 21. Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they got it that time and try to put together another drive.
Yeah, simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Down the right sideline. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown Seahawks.
Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Arizona. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one. That puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score and it put you behind. Will that score you just added on the board will energize them? Or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And Hardwelling's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 178 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Fighting throw. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another kill leader and a good one. It's crunch time. In order for them to try and snatch a victory.
That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0-2. Real quick. Whole squad on that real 0-200 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. 0-200 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real 0-200 real quick. Real quick. Real quick.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6.
And now they'll throw with Allen.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
He's not frugal about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10 with Charbonnet.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
To the air, Allen.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured. Here we go, 1st and goal. On the give, here's Charbonnet.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks.
Zach Charbonnet.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Folk connects on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Cardinals 31. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
A short one here, caught by McBride. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
65 catch, 60, 19, dragon 60.
Back to throw.
Open man here is Benson.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Back to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
That was well defended, and while it was completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage.
It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Benson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He's back to throw.
The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now, has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. Mustang 19. Viking 18. Buffalo 18. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
Ready. 70 Timberwolves.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Seahawks, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for